Hey everyone, welcome back. It's a fresh start to the week. It's Monday, November 16th. Here we're up $22 on the day. Frustrating day, to be honest. We're green, that's great. Not by much. So anyways, let's walk through today. And just first off, I did have some technical difficulties this morning with Etrade. It was being quite a pain. It was pretty laggy, and I'll show you what happened. But also, just not a good trading day because I had some other errands planned and kind of traded before and after the errands, and just wasn't, I don't think, completely focused. But let's start it off. First thing we traded today out of the gates was ATHE. Now this one was the gapper of the day, and on pre-market it was up 100 something percent, which was great. And it kind of stayed flat all day, as you can see here. But let me just pull up my sticky pad. So this isn't all my trades, but this is kind of the flow of what happened today. And this isn't Friday. This was today. So first trade I took put me down $58 in the hole, which was just horrible. It was a horrible trade, and it was a crash here. So let's step into it. All right, when this opened up, ATHE. Once it started trading in the first thing out of the gates, it had this awesome green candle that pushed high, and I saw that and wanted to jump right in, so I did, and it was, I think, right into the second candle. And the problem with that is sometimes, my very first trade, or if it's I trade right when the opening is occurring, with E-Trade, sometimes things are so laggy, and like all the bid and the ask are refreshing, and everything's getting filled, and there's usually so many orders going through the market at that point that sometimes things can really lag. And so it's kind of hard to judge sometimes. So it's not necessarily a great idea unless your platform's working perfectly. In this scenario, it didn't work out for me. So I jumped in here. What was the first trade? At 328. Yeah, so right in here. And as you can see, it pushed, and I think I tried to sell maybe, or hold it for just a second, and it just flipped the other direction. And I figured I'd hold it for just a sec to see if it could pull through, but it just flushed in the opposite direction. And it was unfortunate. I just decided to cut the loss, but down 50 on that trade alone. So that was pretty rough. And from that point out, it's just like, I got to reset here, move forward, only clean trades. And as you can see, it kind of hit a bottom here and absolutely reversed. That happened, and then we were getting up into this section here, and I was kind of hesitating because I knew this. I had a feeling this was going to happen, where it pushed up and acted like it was going to break through and hit resistance again. So glad I didn't make any trades there. And as you can see, it happened again. It failed and then wanted to come back up and curl up. And it did get a quick little push through, but it was a complete fake out, in my opinion here, being that it pushed all the way to the top and then went red and dropped pretty hard. So other than that, I mean, this thing kind of consolidated a bit, or had a huge drop, consolidated, dropped again, and then just traded sideways all day. Did have a few pops up. I think I was kind of late into those, so I didn't necessarily trade them. But the rest of the day, I mean, I was negative 58, and then from there, I slowly worked myself out of it, trade by trade, and so I was able to go from negative 58 to zero, which was good. So getting out of that, it took a bit of cash to do that. So, it goes to show, you make that one bad move and it can really put you in a bad spot. So I think without that really bad trade, I would have possibly been up maybe around 100 today. So that's why it's just kind of an unfortunate day. But anyways, I'm ending the day here up 22, which is great. Going from that negative 58. And I did a lot of trades. We did trade, CBAT. And this had a nice push up. And I was kind of watching it a bit. I wanted to see it really prove itself, but I did have a couple trades in there. At CBAT, I had one on HPR, which was pretty decent. And that was on one of these pushes. Yeah, I think it was on this push over here. So that was a decent trade. And what really saved me, I think I was like at the very end of the market day, I was pretty much at zero or up like $2 or something. And my last trade that I made, it was actually after hours, and it really saved me. Yeah, I actually bought right into this spike here and right before the market closed. And then it was unfortunate because it was kind of hitting resistance there. And I decided to hold, which was not that great of an idea, I think. But since I held it, it curled back up, and I saw it was curling up right before the market closed, which was perfect. And so I held it, and after market, I just closed out my position. I think it was at 1170. So it actually went quite a ways further up. But that one little trade there saved me. So we're up 22. Good for the day. Let me know where you guys are at. I'd like to know if anyone out there is trading with E-Trade as well. I've been having these problems lately with the market depth here. It's level 2, and there's just been these issues where the ask column will freeze up. So it's getting really frustrating. I was on the phone with E-Trade quite a bit today, trying to get them to help me troubleshoot it, and all I could do was really reset the connection, and that was about it. But it's horrible. So I'm still looking at going to a different brokerage possibly. So anyways, that is what we got for you today, and we'll catch you tomorrow, Tuesday. Let's try to make it green all week. Oh, right before I go, let's show you the chart here. See where I'm at. Here is the new week. We're up 22, but here's our graph and how we've been working throughout the last couple weeks here. So currently up 210, not much, and but we're making a slow progress. So if I can keep that going, that would be excellent. And I hope you guys are doing well too. So take care. We'll see you tomorrow.